naitwa Chimtai Kirui. You're watching Youth Space, a place where we have young people speaking about their life experiences, trying to create leaders for today. These are individuals who have all the capacities to make changes in society, and especially during this time where technology is in our hands, right? We've seen talents, we've seen people doing amazing things with their talents, like I've said, with their experiences from wherever they are. So in a moment where we are not saying leaders for tomorrow, these are people who can change society today. And that's why I'm really privileged to be sitting down with 4 amazing young guys. All of them have been here for some time. If you watched the first episode of Youth Space, you got to familiarize with them, right? So this time around, we're speaking about freedom in campus. I was shocked actually when we heard about the stories when they were getting to campuses and the experiences, of course. And I think the main thing I learned in that conversation was where it's worth it actually. If you're watching and you're thinking about joining campus, especially during this time where people wanasema ti masomo si lazima, hiyo ni conversation we need to understand, because is it true? Ama pia you can still be in school and do other things on the side. But before you get to know those serious stuff that we all need to understand about being a responsible adult in the world, there's still some 3 things I need to hear from these guys, man. It's been years since I was in campus, and I just want to hear the experiences about the culture shock. We speak about ukiwa shuleni. I think the first episode tuliongelea ukiwa shule, walimu walikuwa responsible for you, but ukiza campus, you're responsible for yourself. But let's look at the authority of a parent, right? You umetoka place where people are taking, they have to take care of you, right? To ensure like you're getting everything that you need as a young person. But here umekuja in place where watu wamelelewa different parts of the world, right? You're meeting someone who maybe they are Christians, wengine they are pagans, wengine they are Muslims, right? Was there a culture shock? And this I'm just throwing it out there, guys, because I know experiences for everyone is different. Probably ulikuwa unaambiwa every Sunday you need to wake up and go to church. Someone else anakuambia, what is that? I've never even seen the door for that, right? So, Ezra, let's Ezra start.
Yeah, I think, it's there. It's really evident. We can't run away from that, because we have families raise people differently. You know, we say that life begins at conception, but real life begins when you enter campus, because you now meet different people. You meet a guy from Keroka in Kisii. I'm coming from Beshabor. Another is coming from I don't know where in Busia. So we have different things, you know. Yes. Like for personally, I really experienced that, because I'm used to wearing official. Yeah, I know nothing about ragged. My dad is a pastor. Yeah, my mom is a mama church. So mambo ya ragged, even if a trouser is like, you know, the other day I just wore some trouser. I bought it in town here, and I went with it at home. I've never worn it. So someday I came out of my room with some strong trouser just here, just a little bit, and my mom was like, what is that? But then I've never seen that trouser again. No. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, the first thing is even with the dressing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw girls wearing things I've never seen. Yeah, some clothes, some mini skirts. I know nothing. Yeah. My sister personally, even she's not allowed to put on a trouser. She never does that. Yeah. So I'm like, what is happening? Everything. I'm seeing different hairstyles for the men. Mm-hmm. But I think for myself, I really had to try some stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have the hairstyle. Yeah. I did something, a little bit of it. Yeah, because I was trying to adapt myself also to it also. Yeah, I think it's evident all over. Even my classmates, you meet some guys, vitu wanaongelea, the language even they use, you're like, don't you know God? They're like, this life. Yes. Yeah. So it's really evident. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's true.
I'm getting to the ladies because I'll be dressing and all that, yeah? But before we get to you, maybe your experience, Benta.
Yeah, because the culture shock was there, na iko kila mahali. But me personally, I will not repeat the dressing code for my brother said, lakini kulikuwa na ile kind of ubabe dume kwa wanaume, because my parent or my dad actually amenilea to a point that unakuwa very respectful boy. In fact, you know, greeting an elderly person kwa mikono miwili, interacting with your peers, kind of what you talk there should be sensible things. Kuna ile kitu maybe mkiongea unasema ai hapana, that's not the right word, but wakati tulifika pale, in fact interacting with guys in the hostels, hey, maneno zingine you hear is like amesema kitu mbaya. When you go to class, maybe lecturer amesema something that haijawapendeza, there's that booing, there's that somebody standing and walking out, we unaangalia we don't do that where I come from. So it was shocking sana. And apart from that, when you walk around the school, there's this kind of how people now interact. Utapata mtu na a girl walking all around, mimi ningehug msichana. It was a different thing, by the way.
Na Ezra amejua stories zako sana zote.
Yeah, he's a deep state, and I think someday akipotea itakuwa amekuwa ametoka. So there's this place in our university, ni Kapak, actually is a large field. So it's the place where in fact 90% of the students there who have girlfriends and boyfriends hapo ndio ilikuwa meeting points. And we used to walk maybe from hostels, that's around 6:30, that's our time with my friend. 6:30 maybe lazima ungetupata kwa barabara tukiendea our food chajio chetu. And we could pass there, see guys, okay. Na tutarudi pia still with the same kind of thing. So kulikuwa na ile kind of the way we came from home, so we were seeing new things sana ambayo ilikuwa inatushangaza.
Bado mnashangaa?
No. With time actually, with time hata sisi nao tukakuwa engineer. In different departments. About maybe I can say about church. You know, as I had told you, me and my brother here, we were the religious guys there in high school. Wale wa kutegemewa kabisa, injili lazima ingetembea shule watungepitiwa kwetu sisi. And in campus now, I remember my brother telling me, wait, mimi ni pastor lakini I remember in fact Ruto, I think it could be some guy there leading in the university in terms of worshiping department. But he told me, this time let me see the other part of life. So when we were there, we used to wake up in the morning on a Sunday. I'm a Catholic, so I used to attend 7 a.m. masses. Then at 10 when I come back, he could used to go at 10 to church. But the people he used to sleep with,
what do you mean?
Unamka saa moja anakuambia wewe kichwa yako ni mzuri. You wake up at 7 with that coldness of
kanisa, I know.
So it was different actually, to be true, it was different. And the culture shock was large sana.
Ladies, nataka to spend a few minutes with you, especially being a fresher and a girl in campus, right? All the good things and the bad things and the in-between things. We are speaking for 2-3 minutes each, so kama unaweza grasp the inch of it, the experience that it was for you. I'm pretty sure it's different for the guys actually.
So I can go first. So being a lady at first year, like it was a bit like there was that culture shock here. Because sisi ni watu tu, okay, I cannot say sisi, mimi ni msee nimelelewa kwa village. Hapo kwenye chief anakufukuza hadi kufanya makosa kidogo. So coming to this place whereby like the dress code is so different. For you, like unajua ukivalia like a trouser like just like me, at least my blouse is at least like it's at least iko tu sawa. But now coming to university whereby hey, you meet your roommate dressing kwanza before end a lecture. Then I'm like, are you guys going to a lecture ama kuna kwingine mnaenda, you know? Like maybe them doing their best makeup, kuvalia nguo at least maybe off shoulders, high heels, whereby it can create the attention kila mahali hadi like lecture halls, library.
Come.
Exactly.
I'm coming, I'm passing through.
The nails, people do nails, maze. Hey, then I'm like, natuko first year, you know. And then there's whereby I came to realize like also the men that were getting attracted to these people, because like Maureen had said earlier, like you're coming to university, that is where you're told that usipopata boyfriend huko, by the way, utapata boyfriend.
Itakuwa tricky huko hivi.
And now you're coming to first year, and those guys who like they're being mostly approached, those guys who dress that the way you think that your culture as in doesn't allow you. So for me the culture shock was about the dressing sana. And also there's something like sisi kama wanawake from where I come from, you can't interact with a boy, or maybe you may can't go to Ezra's home or Benja's home and have a sleepover there. Hey, Friday inafika, you're the only person in the hostel.
Yes.
People just left,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah. So I think culture, especially dressing code,
Yeah.
and how they like the relationship, the dual relationship, the man and woman, you know. Yeah.
Yes.
That is where.
Later on, I don't know when, but soon in this episode, you're going to look at that deeply, yeah? Because the pressure that comes with meeting these people that you're saying, right? Someone is a first year and they want to dress up like Chemtai is working, right?
Exactly.
So for you to fit in with the pocket money ambayo parents wamekupea, the things that people do for that, right?
Sure.
And remember, like we said when we started, people come from different backgrounds. Probably you, someone said someone is a deep state. Probably someone is a daughter or a son for, you know, and you want to fit in the same, right? So we are going to look at that deeply. What about you, Maureen?
Yeah, it's me, Mo. For real, culture shock is there. And hatuwezi danganyana, kitu ya kwanza inakuanga dressing, like it's the same venye Sheila tu amesema mnafika. Actually hatutoki the same backgrounds, tunatoka different backgrounds, na venye tumelelewa pia it matters a lot, because utapata kuna mtu mwenye amezoea kuvaa jinsi fulani ambayo ukiangalia unashangaa like they are used to. And kuna wewe mwenye unatoka kwa village, you know, like in your home you don't have to wear short dresses or you don't have to make up. Kuna wenye hata waruhusi kusuka nywele, but wanafika campus mtu amesonga nywele hadi unaangalia ingine sijui zimekoiliwaje. So you be like okay, so where am I supposed to fit in? Unapata nails, mtu anaweka nails sequins refu hadi unashangaa huyu mtu atafuaje, and people are washing like, you know, unaangalia mtu ako na kucha refu hata kushinda zako the original ones, and then you be like by the I was so much shocked kuangalia like a girl with so long nails. Alafu I was like, how do you know, this curiosity in me, okay, wacha niangalie venye anafanya kazi zake. Then they are like okay with that and they are doing everything, the dressing, the makeups. Like unapata mtu aneka makeup. By that ni campus nilikuja nikajua hizi vitu zinaitwanga nini, mtonga board, I don't know, like nakunga too curious to know these things. Like okay, I'm not used to, but ile curiosity ya kujua hizi vitu ni nini.
Yes.
Actually I had a shoot na nikajaribu kupaka, nikasema tu mnipe maji nioshe uso wangu. Because cultures are different and people are different. Like venye watu wamekuwa raised up, I can say the environment has also shaped them, and the way they come to campus kuna kwanga na pressure. And it comes whereby like you want to be the same as Chemtai, I want to be the same as another girl, and you see like kuna kungana ile like mi hata nisipokuwa kama yeye then I don't work with her. So unapata wengine they go out of their lifestyles and wanaanza kutafuta sponsors. These people are there, you know. Unafika mahali unaanza kusikia story, these curious people tunasikia vitu mingi. Unasikia tu ukiangalia age yake venye yako na ni mrembo, lakini mwenye yako na it's because of this pressure. Like hata mimi nataka nionekane, but venye tu nilianza na nikasema like you are coming to campus ukisema nataka kupata chali mrembo, de mrembo. Actually it doesn't happen, because utapata hata sasa nikiuliza my brother umepata wangapi warembo, atakwambia campus mimi naona boys wote na girls wote ni the same. Like these things they are just to enhance our beauty, yes, but they don't bring difference to them. So like at the end of the day you are the same. Nimesema tu nilikuwa nafanya investigations and people are like tunafanana huku tu, kila mtu ni kaa tu kijana, like
Kila mtu ni bro.
kila mtu ni bro. Unaweza kuitwa bro. So I can say like despite enhancing our beauty we shall also look into this whereby tukiendelea, but also we have to put in mind that beauty is not the outside part, because beauty does not come from the appearance. It matters from what it's coming from inside, because you find that some girls are just beautiful from outside but ikifika kwa vitu zingine hawafanyi. Cultures are shocking because utapata kuna huyu mtu mwenye amezoea kufanywa kila kitu. Campus you don't have a maid, you don't have someone who is coming to wash your utensils. Kama hujaosha weka tu hapo like hadi siku utafikiria kuosha. Unapata mwingine anakaa siku 3 hajaosha. Sijasema mtu like so cultures do shock you. Yeah, cultures are different. Sasa utapata kuna huyu mwenye tu akiangalia kitu chafu hata kama mnakaa naye kwa room ako like why are you like this? So yeah, we are all different.
I hear you.
Yeah.
How then do you remain grounded in yourself and ensure that haukui intermixed with pressure? Because trust me, if you want to be person A, utakutana na person C, right? So leo una change, unataka kufit na Chemtai, and then kesho unakutana na our director Karen, unataka kuwa kaya yeye kwa sababu things change and fashion change and what does fashion and what does everything change on a daily basis, right? So what makes you ensure that ile mambo ulifunzwa nyumbani, you know that there are things actually your parents teach you that will help you through life, but there are things actually you learn for yourself and maybe adjust a bit according to your experience and remain centered so that you don't get pushed by the waves. Anyone can.
Okay, let me
Because ulimaliza. Wacha tuanze na Sheila.
Okay. So,
we'll come back to you more.
Yeah. So for me, like Sheila, I'll always remain Sheila in my personality. Actually, from the Sheila who entered like first year is still the same Sheila. My personality has never been like deviated by other people. As I said, like I'm a one person whereby if I'll try following the footsteps of Ezra, I'll fall into depression. You kufikia hizo heights, I don't believe in perfectionism and like being someone else. Yeah, mimi tu ni personality.
So you just have to be yourself.
Yeah, I need to be myself. Just kwenye tu huko, like me always tell myself like Sheila, huyu ni wewe si huyu. Yeah, so you just kuwa tu hapo, you know.
Nawe Benjamin, I'm sorry.
It's okay. All of them are my name because I've encountered most of it.
Yeah.
Me personally, I can't talk about maybe saying that I'll remain as Benjamin because there are forces outside here that can make Benjamin another Benjamin. Yeah, and I can become two kind of a person, especially if we remain in the topic of in campus. When I came from home, maybe I've learned positive things and negative things about life. Now, mostly, me nilikaa chini nikafikiria deeply about maybe how can I remain Benjamin, that person that I can't force myself doing something that I'm not able to do, or maybe I can force something that I cannot afford. Mimi mwanzo niliangalia I base on my background, then after that nikikuja then kuangalia if I can become like we had said, it's different gender but Chemu, the way you dress and your lifestyle at large is different from the way I come. Maybe from now you are working, we agree kuna kakitu so mimi yeah, kuna kakitu kanaingia. So for me to remain in that place ya kutokuwa change, to give an example, anasema an egg maybe is being broken from when an egg is broken from the force from outside, hapo ndio maisha huisha. Now when it's been broken from the force inside ambayo hiyo ka chika nakuwa, that's when the life starts.
Amazing.
So maisha yangu ni kama hivyo, I've said ndio kujichunga tu na hizo forces ambazo ziko nje, and I must do it that I remain Benjamin by breaking the force from outside me.
So Maureen, alafu utapea Ezra malizie topic.
To me, I won't differ so much from what they have said because I do believe that choices are always at hand, and whatever you choose, I always like saying this because consequences are there, whether positive or negative, and in the world there is a difference between good and evil, and in each and everything that you choose to do there must be a result out of it. So as for I as Maureen to remain the same person that I came to campus, actually venye brother amesema that forces are always there and pressure is always there, and if you not be careful, people will make choices for you. People like they will sway you. It's like being conventional, like in a state whereby you can't do anything by yourself. So for you to remain as you, as a person that you know, like if I'm a person nafaa kwenda kanisani, sitakuja kuambiwa niende bash Sunday or Saturday. So first and foremost, you have to consider where you've come from. Venye umesikia tunatoka from different backgrounds. Actually, it's the truth and it's fact, like we are not the same. So before you get into a group and follow whatever they are doing, first consider where you are coming from. Do you know the place that you are coming from? Because if you know the place that you are coming from, then it will help you a lot to see that this is not my class. Another thing is not to follow others. Like, you know, when you are in a crowd, it's so easy for you to do something because muko kama group, not unless uko peke yako ndo utajua sasa hapa I'm supposed to do this or that. So unaangalia hata venye tulikonga high school were so many, unasikia wengine walikuwa 2000 and above. So ukitoka huko unatokanga na box yako peke yako, kama ulikuwa umekujua ama haujakujua utafika kwenye peke yako. So you see, don't follow a crowd.
Yeah, I think what has hold and has put me together all this for around a year and a half is I think a cat will always remain a cat. Even if you give it a name of a dog or you call it a dog, it is a cat. You can't change that. So I think when many a times, because you cannot run from it, we are put into spaces whereby we want to imitate or we want to become like another person in campus, because I want to fit in a certain lifestyle that is not mine. I want to dress the way some boy A dresses, which of course I know I cannot afford the dressing. It puts me a lot of pressure, and most of these things is what it leads to depression and all these stuffs, because we want to fit in and be like the way they are. Also, people have put us into spaces whereby they are forcing us to be what we are not. Like they want you to live the way they are living, they want you to walk the way they are living. Like as somebody has said that people make choices for you, which of course is true. I've been forced into places whereby the way my friend says, they want it to be like that, and so I have to sit down and ask myself, is it right for me to go with them or is it right to stand alone? So I think what has put me together is understanding. They say that for a building to go high, it depends on the foundation that it is. Deep foundations calls for the high buildings. Deep cooler than to deep. Yeah, if you shallow, cooler than to shallow. So it depends. It dates back to the issue of parenting and our parents back at home. If they brought you well, I think in campus you'll survive.
Yeah.
But if the parenting was a problem or is a problem at hand, any form of wind that will come, it will shake you. Let me not cheat you. Even no matter how much you pretend to be a Christian, no matter how much you pretend all these stuffs, if the foundation at home was not good, in campus you'll be shaken.
Remember ukiwa high school you thought you were the adult, yeah? Mzazi angekwambia wewe ni mtoto unashangaa, right? So in every stage that you're in, if you're a young person, you think you know everything until life ikuonyesha like there's something else to learn, right? So probably someone is rushing their life in primary school or high school and it's becoming rampant. Of course, right now we can't talk so much because the pandemic came and disrupted everything, even the classes and all that, right? But if someone is watching at home, I think the message you guys are passing is don't rush anything. Know yourself, be grounded, and follow the messages from your parents, I think, and know yourself, because things will come your way and you're evolving. You guys are still young. Once you're done with campus, then sisi ndio tutaambia maisha sasa ndio inaanza, right? Kwa sababu when you're in school, there's that system that you're still following. You need to finish this like that, right? You come out here, what you thought you saw in campus inakuwa chini, right? So even as you're finishing this culture shock, right? What stood out for you and how different are you now from the experience that you have now from when ulikuwa unatoka shuleni? What is different about you kwa sababu ulijoin campus? Ladies, mnanichanganya. Wacha nianze na Ezra.
Yeah, I think something that is different from me, the Ezra that was in high school and this Ezra that is here, I think first of all the beards. That's a by the way.
Beard gang November.
any by the way. Yeah, on a serious note, I think what is different is that I think I've grown in age, and in age it has come to a place whereby I've realized I'm at a place. I remember the last time I checked, or the last time my parents bought me something was, I think, in Form 3. Yeah, I was bought some suit or something. I remember something of sort. Yeah, I even don't remember it well. Even my phone, I bought it myself.
Yeah.
So I think I'm a person. Generally, basically we come from different backgrounds, but for me, my dad is, I can't say he's careless, but he nule mse anakuachilia. Yeah,
You be
that is
responsible.
even one of the reasons why he just knows I'm in Nairobi studying. Yeah, he sends fee, he does everything, he pays rent, but he knows I'm studying in Nairobi. He doesn't know especially where I am because I came alone. Yeah, so I think amekuwa mtu wa kuniachilia. So I think it has taught me from that point after form 4. Just after form 4, I had to look for a hustle myself because it took some time. I used to ask, "Mom, nisaidie credo." My mom has never bought me credit. Hata kama ya 10, hata kama unaona ako nayo. She never does that. So it has taught me, damn. So there are some things I have to look for them myself. Yeah, so I think I had to hustle. I had to look for a way of supplementing what I got from my parents, the little money or something. And when I joined campus, immediately I joined campus, I saw some reduction in the number of calls between me and my dad. It became more serious this year when I hit 18 last year. So it became more serious, more intense. Yeah, every day on my birthday, every year on my birthday, my dad calls me and tells me, now you are 19. There's some difference. Now you are 18. There's some difference. They never buy me clothes. I buy them myself. They never do anything for me. They just supplement something small. So I think the difference is I've become there's some new young man evolving in me, whereby I have to teach myself, and my mind is setting up slowly and growing slowly. That there are some things I now have to do. It's hitting me hard that in the next 3 years I'll be out of campus, and after that I'll have to, I'm like, so after campus, after I'm coming out from Nairobi, I'm not going back home again.
Yeah.
It's
You
hitting
make
me.
part for yourself.
It's now becoming serious. So I think
hear
my
you.
mind is changing, my character is changing. There's some things, there's some conversations I'm not engaging in them anymore, because you can't find me seated down talking about girls anymore. You can't find me seated down talking about some funny stuffs anymore. Like, it's now getting serious. Like, if I want to sit down, I want to talk about conversations about value. What are you adding? Is there anything that involves money in the future? Is there a future? So I think something new is coming in me. Yeah.
Sheila, I want to hear your turn.
Nice. So Sheila is always used to be like, since I was in high school, people used to call me like the cry baby or the daughter to the father. Yeah. Because each and every time Dad used to visit me on Fridays before my Liza job, you know. But the Sheila that I know right now is a Sheila whereby finds the space for herself. Kwa sababu mimi saizi like nilijua kuwa ndio ni grow, like it doesn't need like me kupigia dad na kumwambia like I need to venture to this place. Hapana, mimi hujifanyanga kitu. Actually, what surprises me about the current Sheila is because the current Sheila is the person mwenye anakujanga baada ya kufanya kitu yenye na benefit, then calls back to dad, by the way, me I did this, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, so the Sheila I know right now is a different Sheila, a Sheila who is just here for herself and ready to like fight for herself alone.
Wow, amazing. Benjamin?
I can say that by doing what I'm doing now and making my own decisions is what I've achieved. And I was going through something and I learned that in life, for you to stand out by yourself, there are 4 stages. There's that naming stage, there's that testing stage, and public commitment stage, and the achievement stage. So since we are still young, as you had said, we are still learning new things. We are still moving to the next level. And by putting myself in those levels, I think I'm in a state that I've named myself. I know what Benjamin wants, and I know what Benjamin wants to achieve. In a testing stage, that's the place I am. Yeah, at least I'm seeing that I can venture to many things. As I like the conversation my brother has told us about ile kitu unataka kudevelop in your life. Ile kitu ambayo when you converse with the people around you, you see you're developing, you're adding a value to yourself. That's what now I know I'm doing now, right now. So in public commitment stage now, that's the place where you are. That's the place now you have ventured to maybe 1 to 3 that you are doing. And if you are going to see, then the achievement will come through. So at least I've come up with the testing stage and I'm things going through. Benjamin is doing right.
Maureen, I want to hear from you.
To me, what I can say is that age comes with responsibility, and at the moment I can say I'm more responsible than earlier. I'm more responsible than yesterday, and it's because it reaches a point whereby you don't have to ask your parent, or you don't have to follow their advices in whatever they're telling you to do, because it reaches a point for real you have to make your own choice. You have to be more responsible in whatever you are doing. And this reminds me that kuna vitu yenye hata ukifanya venye Sheila amesema, there are some things we don't tell our parents, because you can tell a parent discourage, you can tell a parent akwambia kitu ingine yenye anataka ufanye na si yenye unataka ufanye. So I can say the age do come with a lot of difference.
I hear you guys. Amazing conversation. It's not over yet. You guys, I'm not leaving you anytime soon. I'm speaking to Sheila, Ezra, Maureen, and Benjamin. I'm going to try as much as I can not to give them nicknames until they tell me how wanaitwa nyumbani, right? We'll be back. Don't go so far.